Good?
Yeah, you ready?
You guys are all laughing. Let's go. It's like a private joke. I'm not in on.
That's Kyler.
Kyler.
He's laughing.
Guys, what's entertaining, man?
Nothing. Said that there was kneeling when you knelt in the end zone. I assume he's talking about when you're kneeling down in the end zone, not the. But I don't know if you want to share that with us. But is there a deeper meaning behind that?
No, nothing I can give to you.
What did you think of Isaiah coming flying in there? Did you see the slide?
Yeah, I saw that. I was pretty agile of him, nimble of him. I wish I would have seen it in time because I don't know why he did that. No, but it was the energy, from I remember my rookie year. Like it's just it's a beautiful thing to see. He's new, getting acclimated to the game, getting settled in a little bit. But the excitement and joy that's there, saying you love to see it.
Did you even notice it initially? Because you seem pretty close.
I did not. Yeah.
How much more comfortable do you see him getting those extra reps now offensively?
Honestly, just trying to talk to him and just give him any advice and kind of soothe his anxiety as far as how the game is and how it can go. Obviously, you get into this league as a rookie, as a young guy, you're playing against guys that you've looked up to your whole life or you've seen on the TV your whole life. Kind of psych you out if you allow it to, but that's on us as veterans and guys around him to, calm him down and allow him to just go be himself and play the game.
Kind of going off of that, you know what it's like to come into the league with the expectations of being one of the top picks. The top picks surrounding Marvin, the connection between you guys hasn't fully seemed to be there. Is there anything you could do as a veteran to make sure that the pressure is not as much on him?
I think when you are one of those guys, like his mentality and his expectations of himself are always going to remain the same. Like that's nothing that I can do. Anything that y'all write about, like that's not going to affect the way he feels like he should be playing the game or wants to play the game. But at the same time, no, I don't think we've even scratched the surface of what we can be. And I know it's frustrating for fans and it's frustrating for us too because I want him to have 10 catches a game, 100 yards a game. Like we all want that, But again, it takes time, it takes work, and that's what we're striving to be great. And I believe we'll get there.
We've seen 3 different sort of iconic TDs from you this year. Are those all just spur-of-the-moment celebrations, or is there any of that have some history to it?
No, I just, I thought it's crazy, like 2, 50, 40-yard runs this year. Just, I have never really had the opportunity to get out in the open like that, so far in my career, I feel like, in the NFL. But, no, it's fun. It's fun. Anytime you get to, show off an ability, God bless you with it, it's fun.
You're pretty subtle with your celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's not for everybody. Yeah.
Do you try to strike that line between, showing some emotion but not?
I'm a low-key dude. If you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's not.
Back to that game with no sacks. Obviously, that's a team effort. What are you seeing that's making that possible?
Obviously the line holding up. Sometimes the sacks, that stat is, sometimes guys are getting pressure and you get the ball out. Sometimes, I'm holding on to the ball too long and the guys get sacks and the O-line was doing their job. Maybe my eyes were bad, my feet were bad, whatever it is. But that's, I guess, that definitely. Correlates to winning for sure. You don't want to be giving up sacks, but I think it goes hand in hand.
After the game, Jonathan said that he was impressed with how you operated on Monday night, but then he later said that you've been kind of doing this all year. How do you kind of see your operation of this offense? I felt
like I was going where I was supposed to go with the ball. I felt like seeing it well out there. I felt like it was sloppy though. Offensively, I felt like there was just connections here and there that didn't get hit, and things that we have to do better if we want to beat better teams and win games that are maybe harder or different. If that would have been a shootout, we probably, how would we have turned out that that game, because we didn't hit on certain plays that we felt like we should have. But it wasn't, and we ended up winning that game, which is great. But the expectation is higher for me offensively.
What's the communication been like between you and your receivers, like Mike, Marv, as the passing game tries to get back on track?
Oh, we're optimistic. We're confident. Obviously, like we got guys in that room that are perfectionists and understand how great we can be, and we haven't reached that yet. But I'm excited and I'm very optimistic about where we can take it. Again, I know I keep saying that, but every game is different. Every game is different. You never know when it's gonna pop off, and you never know when you're gonna hit stride. So.
When you look at the plays this year that you would like to have back, is there a common thread? Is there a certain type of, is it more missed throws? Is it more not seeing guys? Is there a thing that's bothering you more than anything else?
I think incompletions for most part. Plays that that should be made that aren't made. Those are, and then it happens every weekend. Not just to me, but. You could ask every guy in that locker room, is there a play that they wish they had back on Sunday or Monday, and they're going to tell you, yeah. But, you practice to be perfect. Obviously, it's damn near impossible, but, that's the goal.
So is that an accuracy thing? What is caught?
No, in the moment, there are missed throws, but there's sometimes you put the ball where you want to put it, and, a receiver may or may not feel what you felt in that moment. So it's, it goes back and forth and just be on the same page. And again, we're all going to make errors. Physical errors are going to happen every game. So, it's how you respond in the next play. Didn't start the 2-minute drive off the way we wanted to. Ended up, luckily getting the penalty on Marv, and then which he'd tell you he'd want to catch that ball 10 times out of 10. He's going to catch that ball, get the PI, and then we respond with JC going down and getting, the check down going for however many it did, end up winning the game. So we didn't allow what, took place earlier in that drive to affect, the rest of the game. So
You've had ups and downs this season. What have you learned from those that you can try to carry over in the next week to try to stay on a high note?
I'd say, just, again, sticking to the process, not getting too high, not getting too low. It's easier said than done. But, again, trusting the work that we put in, trusting the guys around me, and trusting each other, trusting the coaches that are putting us in the right position to win, and going out there and try to execute the plan.
When you pull the ball down on a pass play in the second run, what goes through your head in terms of when you make that decision? How quickly do you make that decision? What's that process like internally?
Well, the one I scored on, yeah, it's always different, man. It's always different. I know. I haven't been on Twitter, but I'm sure people were talking about the throw to Mar being open on the double move. Right? I didn't, drop back. He's open, but if you watch the play, like, you don't have time to, see him, and then I'm moving around. Do I wish I would have looked deep to short? Of course, but when people are, rushing you and stuff like that. In that moment, I'm trying to move the chain. So I see Trey, and it's, that's how that play, turns out. And then the play where I have time to survey the field and understand if I look at James, the defender's going to stop his feet. He may move to James, and that split second, boom, I know I got him out leveraged, touchdown. So it's just, that's the tough part about playing quarterbacks. You got to make split decisions. You got to live with that decision. You got to be decisive. So there's going to be times you miss somebody. There's going to be times you hit them. That's the tough part about playing quarterback.
Do you think about the injury at all anymore?
No, I try not to. Yeah.
The reason I ask, it almost seems like you're looking more comfortable, but I don't know if you ever looked uncomfortable. And I'm just curious how that process has been for you.
I feel like it's an ongoing process as far as, like, one day you may feel good, one day you may not feel good. You never know. You just, but it's gradually gotten better every single day for me. So yeah.
This was a pretty stout defense. Jalen Ramsey back there, and then they're getting some pretty good pressure. What challenges jump out to you for you guys to have to overcome this week?
I'm more so just focused on us getting better offensively, and as a unit. I think, if we continue to get better, have a great week, and go out there and execute, I think we'll be fine.
I know JG told us yesterday he's not concerned about Marvin right now. He said he's 7 weeks into his career. You just said you'd like to see things happening better. Are you impatient at all with that development?
No, I'm not worried about him at all.
You talked about not really having the space that you had, in the past, and like you've had this year, especially on those 2 touchdown runs, one day and the one against San Francisco, where you could tell you knew, like, I got this. What is that feeling like when you look and you see it and you're like, this is a touchdown? Is it like where you have a wide open layup and you're like, don't mess it up, type of thing? Or how do you feel?
No, layup's a little different. A layup, it's easier to miss a layup, I feel like. But, no, I mean, it feels good. It feels good for sure. But, like, again, I go back to every play is different, every game is different. You never know when those opportunities are going to arise, but try to make the most of them when they do.
Sorry to go back to the celebration one more time, but is it important to allow guys to sort of express themselves in such an emotion?
Yeah, I think, I wish there could be more celebrating, and I get it, the whole taunting and, like, the sportsmanship. I mean, I don't really taunt people, but, it's, I think it's, it's an emotional game, and people should be allowed to, express that.
From the offense's perspective, you talk about the process and all the routines that go into it throughout the week. Have you been able to find any similarities in the process that have resulted in wins versus losses?
What?
Is there something that stands out when you go throughout the week? Obviously, every
No. I mean, there's been weeks where we have had great practices and got our ass beat, so it's not. It's about waking up on game day and being ready to go and execute. Whoever makes the most plays, whoever makes more plays than the other team, is going to win the game. I'm sure the Chargers had a great week of practice. They would say the same thing, but they went home, unfortunately, on the short end of the stick. So.
Your thoughts on the offense defense?
Great. No, I'm dead ass. Like good defense. Like I don't know what you want me to say about that.
What's your thoughts on guys that don't seem to give up on plays, whether it's your lineman, keep blocking when you're buying time, or certain plays where like Trey McBride hustles and recovers, the fumble, or James Conner forces a fumble.
Yeah, those are again, it goes back to the culture of just playing hard. The mode of play that JG always speaks about. Without those plays, the game's probably different. So that I think that just speaks to the consistency and the makeup of our team.
What's kind of mean to you guys intangibly in the locker room on practice field?
Yeah, you can't put a price tag on what JC means. Now I could go on and on about him, but great dude, man, great teammate, great leader, great player. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. But the guys in that room, they understand what he is.
And to follow up on that, we don't know, right? You guys know. If you truck somebody, right, in terms of game, it should be a 4-yard gain and an 11-yard gain. It's the way he does it. What does that emotional boost do for you in the huddle over the next couple of plays?
Yeah, it's it's swag, the aura, it energizes the offense, sideline, defense, the whole team. Stadium feels that. That's what he is for us. Not only a playmaker, but a guy that guys can lean on, and he gets the people going for sure.
Out there serving the defense, can you tell? How can you tell that the defense gets strained by your ability to make plays with your feet?
Can I tell?
Can you tell? Can you tell that you're stressing a defense out, like that they have to compensate for you in various ways?
Not like in the game, not like as it's going. No, not. I'm confused, but I'm like I don't think that defense is like playing a mobile quarterback. No, I'd rather play a guy that can't move.
Can you speak to the kicker, Snails?
Yeah, both of them. Chad, man, again, coming in on short notice last week, doing his thing and then doing it again, haven't really known him for long, but very, very, pleased with what's going on.
Do you have those same feelings you'd said in San Francisco? You kind of wish you were able to have the ball in your hands as us. Felt the same way this week? Yeah,
that's why I looked to the sideline with JG and I gave him a thumbs up. Like, are you sure you want to, because we called victory. And in my head, I was like, well, we could score the ball right here and maybe, run the clock down a little bit. But, he was, adamant about doing it. So, we trusted.
Any message for KD, Book, the Suns as they tip tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch. Obviously, I'm a big basketball fan, so I'm always tuned in. I was really, a legendary moment last night to be able to watch LeBron and Bronny touch the court together. So, super excited about basketball season being back.
Thanks, Kyle.